fellow budgeters, my name is Brandy and you're watching From Debt to Dreams, and on this channel we are paying off over $400,000 worth of debt, but don't you fret, more than half of that is our mortgage. If you hear a fan in the background, I'm sorry, it's really hot in my office today, and also if you hear my children in the background, they are playing video games and they get a little loud sometimes. They are home on summer break. Whew, it has been a week. Let me tell you, it's been a couple of weeks. We went to Columbia, South Carolina last week. My kids finally got to go to zoo camp. I wasn't able to take a lot of pictures because my children were at the zoo. So I could put this one here. On Friday last week, we did go to the zoo as a family so they could, not Friday, I'm sorry, on Saturday, so that they can show us what they did. And so I'm going to throw a picture right here of my husband and my boys looking at one animal. I can't remember which animal they were looking at, probably giraffes or something. So I'll throw that here. And then this week has just been us getting back to regular life and soccer camps. And then my mom is now on her own vacation. I took her to the airport. We have some friends visiting from out of town. So it's just been busy. I have gotten out of the practice of filming my videos and honestly got to the point this week where I was like, do I even really want to continue to do YouTube? But yes, I do. I do. It was hard getting back into it. But as you can see, what I have not stopped doing is tracking all of my expenses. So we're just going to go over this really quick. All of the expenses that happened from June 6th up until today, which is June 20th. So let's do that really quickly. I'm just going to go category by category. So here's our earned income from our last paycheck on 6/6. And then this is me pulling out the cash for our cash envelopes that you have already seen that cash envelope stuffing video, I believe. Yes, that was 2 weeks ago. Okay. So then we had our Focus Internet come out. So that's a utilities. Let's see what else. Here's our T-Mobile utilities. And I think that's, here's our water bill for the month coming out. Okay, that's it for utilities. Perfect. Let's look at this. What color? This is events. We don't need that one. This is takeout. We do have a little bit of takeout. Here is us going to Dunkin' Donuts. This is me and my children's pastor at my church going to Potbelly's. Last Sunday. She is in Australia, and then I went to Columbia, South Carolina, so we had a little lunch together before we went out. This is Circle K while we were on vacation. We got ourselves a little treat. And here is McDonald's. I had my youngest son is allergic to peanuts, and we had now there's people mowing outside. He had an allergy appointment, so I took him to McDonald's afterwards as his lunch and as a treat for going out. Oh, and I also forgot, here is Costco. We went to Costco when we got back from our vacation, and we had dinner there. All right, this next one is tithes. Let's see if any tithes came out. Here is Compassion International. We sponsor a young woman in El Salvador, I think is where she is. And then here is the Credit Unions Foundation that pulls out every month. I just categorize that as tithes. Celebrations. Here is my dad's Father's Day gift. And then one of my best friends is having a birthday the day before mine, so I ordered her gift as well. This is car and gas. All right, here is gas at Buc-ee's on our way to Columbia. This is us getting a oil change before our trip because the van needed it. Let's see. Here is more gas in Columbia. More gas in Columbia. We did a lot of driving in Columbia. All right, there we go. Oh, and here's cars. This is our car insurance. Just came out. Let's see, this is Brandy, and I don't think I have anything on here, so that's good. Health, we had to get some prescriptions at CVS. And here is the copay for my son's allergy appointment that we had on Tuesday. This is kids. My oldest son got a haircut before we left. And my youngest son, even though he just had his mohawk, I asked Great Clips to just, the person who did his mohawk, I didn't notice it until afterwards, but she kind of missed some spots on like his edges and like his neck and stuff. So I had the ladies at Great Clips fix that for him. And I believe that's it. Yep. All right. School, nothing at school. Household, nothing on these pages at least. Jason took the kids to Dollar Tree when we got home. I don't know how else to categorize that because they did get like treats and stuff. All right, debt. Here is our first payment to our debt consolidation loan, $942. And then here is our debt payment to my husband's student loan. Fun. Okay, here we go. So fun and entertainment is our like streaming services, but also what we do as a family. So I consider vacation as fun. So here is Peacock that came out, and then we went to Books A Million, a place called Firefly Books and Games at Columbia. Here's a couple of treats in Columbia, some more treats, a coffee shop, Lowe's. I forget what we got at Lowe's grocery store. I don't remember what DDBR stands for. We went to a place called the Book Dispensary, which was wonderful. Here's our Netflix. We went to lunch at a place called Groucho's that was delicious. We went to Buc-ee's and bought some things. Here is us going to Riverbanks. Riverbank Zoo is where they went to zoo camp. And then on Saturday we went to zoo camp. We went to the zoo as a family. So that is everything on these pages, which is wonderful. And then let's go to cash, because we did take a lot of cash with us to the zoo, or to Columbia, but here we go. So we have some, these are from when we got paid the first time, or on the 6th. I say the first time because we get paid this month, or get paid today. I have to go to the bank later, and then I'll be filming my cash stuffing videos. But here is our grocery trips. Okay, so we got Aldi, Walmart, Costco, Aldi. Let's get our fun out again. I did take $299 from the completed savings challenges that I've done. I took that with us to Columbia, and then we took the rest of our grocery money, and so we used that money during our Columbia trip. So that was about $399 that we paid for in cash in Columbia. Here is Jason. We find his thing. That's his $20 allowance that he gets every payday. Right before I left for Columbia, I went to a graduation party for 2 girls that volunteer in our children's ministry at our church. They're faithful volunteers, and one of them actually has attended our church, and I have been kind of teaching her in our children's ministry since she was like 6 or 7. So it was really cool to be there, and I gave the girls some money. I ended up buying, my mom works at Walmart in the customer service area, and somebody had ordered plants online and then decided they didn't want them, and so they returned them, and then her manager let her bring the plants home. And we do not have any green thumbs, but we thought, let's try it. So I went to Walmart and bought some pots and some potting soil, and then I ended up reverse Google image searching what these plants are, and they were lantanas, and so I'm really excited about it. I'm trying really, really hard to grow them. And then here is CVS. I had to get some more prescriptions. So we are finally caught up on all of the expenses for the June 6th through June 20th pay cycles. Okay. So now what we have to do is look at all the cash and everything. that and write that stuff down. So when we went to Colombia, we took $299 in cash with us. Here is all the change that came from that. We did use a little bit up for parking and that kind of stuff, but here's all the change. I'm going to throw it in here. We are almost to the point where I feel comfortable taking this to the bank. And then here is our leftover cash from Colombia. So let's look at these ones and see if there's any. We need B, C, D, J, L, H. So there's a D, E, F, G, D, D, D. Oh my goodness, Colin is going to get a lot of money. Okay, so this I'm going to hold on, and we're going to use that in our, I'm actually going to roll this over into our grocery budget for this next week. So let's put this in our groceries. Okay, and let's hold this. All right, let's write this down for Colin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's $5 for Colin. Colin savings, $5. And let's put these dollars in his thing. And let's mark off 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so that's good. And then from the grocery money we had for this week, we have left over. Here's all of our change. Yeah, I definitely think that I'll be taking this in at the beginning of July. All right, so we have 5. Okay, there's an L and a D and a D, E, F, B, B. Okay, so Colin gets $2 more, I get $2, and Josh gets $1, and hubby gets no dollars. So this $7 is going to go right here into groceries. So we have just a little bit extra since we were gone. And then my best friend from Utah is coming to visit us next weekend. She'll be here. I pick her up from the airport on Friday. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, $5 again. So we're just going to write family savings. And savings, and another $5. Okay, let me do that right here. All right, so Colin is getting $2 more, right? 1, 2. 1, 2. So how many dollars? Colin's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and they're all D's. I wonder what the D city is. It must be near here because that's a lot of D's. All right, Josh is getting 1. So this child's got $2 now. There's another one in here. Okay, poor hubby's not getting any. And I am getting $2. I was saving for a treadmill, and I'm going to continue to use my treadmill savings trackers, but there is a gym opening up. Each shoe equals $2. There is a gym opening up near us that I hope to get a membership to, which means I'm not going to need a treadmill of my own anytime soon because I will be working out at the gym. So what I'm now actually saving up for is to get my grandmother's Bible rebound. All right, that is everything. I think we've taken care of everything. I've held on to that all week. It is Friday right now as I am Friday the 20th as I'm filming this, and I'm posting this on Friday the 20th, trying to get back into my regular scheduled programming. I will be going to the bank a little later to be getting the cash out for my cash stuffing video. So you'll see that on Tuesday, and I hope that you have a really great weekend. I will talk to you all later. Bye.